The government just told us aliens are real. They dropped a bunch of information about aliens with promises of more to come. If you're looking for more answers than you're getting from the government, if you're curious to find the truth, then you need to turn to the people who have lived the experience. There's an accidental truth in the seemingly impossible narrative from the experiencer. You just need to know what to look for. In this video, I'm going to try and show you what I see as one of these experiencers who tried to maintain maximal truth and maximal science during his experience.
You are not allowed to know any of this. My mind was hacked by aliens.
This is the truth, and it changes
everything.
Mind hacked. I know what you're thinking. I used to think the same thing. These experiencers are all nuts. They all have a different story. They all have a different message. Some of these people are really out there. How can I believe anything they say? Experiencers are abductees. Most of us were kidnapped against our will. We were all seeded with a different story intended to confuse and distract, to seed doubt, to ultimately feed the stigma and allow both sides to carry out their covert operations.
We want to find out about the UFOs and anything having to do with UFO or related material, and we're going to be releasing a lot of things that we have, and I think some of it's going to be very interesting.
There is something new to be gained from the recent developments with Trump's alien disclosure agenda. Previously, all experiencers were dismissed with a uniform delusion or Mandela effect. With these new developments, maybe the experiencer has more to offer. Why did the aliens bother to abduct anyone in the first place? Aliens kidnap us and tag us like animals. The implants we see in thousands of claimants are computer brain interfaces, like park rangers tagging wild animals to watch migration patterns. These implants are evidence, a common thread among the abductees and experiencers. One of the few common threads we can find reliably. These computer brain interfaces are implanted to collect data. The data they're collecting feeds the algorithm and feeds the databanks. This is all being done covertly, of course. Neither side can tell us what they're doing because as victims, we would remove them, like a dog with an operation cone after a visit to the vet. The truth is that there was a deal. Well, more of a forcing. They told the government they were going to abduct us. The premise was to study us and collect data. The promise the aliens made was that they would not do anything to us that they would not go through themselves. The government never really had any leverage to say no, hence the deep-rooted secret. This deal violates our moral standing as a species. The aliens knew we would never accept this. They forced the deal long ago, while their technical advantage was at its maximum. You need to understand that intelligent design went into the operation of the secrecy from both sides. The reason no two stories are alike is because they engineered it to be that way. If I tell the same abduction story as Travis Walton or Whitney Strieber, then we start to become credible. So in an effort to undermine credibility, aliens seeded pure and total nonsense through experiencers and their stories. The nonsense is the point to undermine credibility. The key to understanding, if you want to extract data from experiencers and abductees, the people with first-hand knowledge, if you want to learn more about our new neighbors and their intentions, you need to gather objective data from any angle you can. You need to put that data together and look for the accidental truths, the information they don't want you to have. Not everything can be taken at face value. We hear of experiencers getting raped, kidnapped, visited in dreams, paralyzed, experiments performed on them, all felonies, reflections of a moral ambiguity that's just not humane. We also see star seeds and ambassadors to the stars, people that are convinced that they've been chosen to spread some message of positivity or light. You can't let your bias or belief drive your conclusions. You can't cherry pick the interactions you like and dismiss the ones you don't like. If you accept experiencer data, then you need to include all of it, the good and the bad. The truth is, there's a story to fit any bias and any belief. Experiencers' stories have been seeded as hooks to hold on to any belief. If you're trying to validate some human-vectored belief through the existence of aliens, that has been enabled through years of seeding experiencers' brainwashes. They have been systematically telling us what we want to hear, to drive the experiencer's own belief and thus drive the nonsense. We do not all believe the same things. The only parts of these stories we do agree on is science, provable and winnable points tied to the fabric of repeatable evidence. The truth is that all these experiencers, Travis, Whitney, me, and countless others, are spooled up into an AI during our interactions. A virtual reality that is nearly identical to reality. It interfaces with the brain through thought manifolds. It can create hot and cold sensations or flavors like ice cream or chocolate. It can squeeze emotions, amplifying them artificially, blurring the lines of emotional validation. The Alien VR can put you in any environment, do anything. They use this technology to build intricate stories so real, people come home utterly convinced what they saw was real.
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
To them, it was real, virtually impossible to separate from reality. We can conceptualize this technology, but for ET, it is reality. They undermine the checks in the brain to reality itself. Vision, sound, emotion, they hack it all. Experiencers have been shamed and ostracized for a long, long time. The stigma has hurt no person more than the abductee. We have been victimized by aliens, and then we get shamed and persecuted by the public for our efforts. Countless victims have been lost to this shame. The cost of human life to this covert operation has been hefty. But something just changed. Aliens are real. The Department of Defense, the President, Congress, and thousands of whistleblowers are now confirming crash retrievals, non-human biologics, and programs tracking exactly what we've been describing for years. This means that at least some of the abductees are telling the truth. Like Travis Walton, who's been shamed his whole life, despite people being charged with murder relative to his abduction. Serious allegations, a reflection that not all experiences are full of sunshine and lollipops. What separates my experience from the rest is I figured out what was happening to me. I learned physics, computer science, and light physics. I know that the interface is a computer brain implant built at the nanoscale. I know they performed physics experiments at the nanoscale and experimentally validated their physics. I know the physics of these implants, how they charge using body heat, how they interact with the brain to control the sleep state. I know this because I lived it. People witnessed it. The science makes sense. If you allow science to be your guide, everything can be explained. All of it. There is no magic in the air, just a lot of illusions. Science became my focus when they tried to seed me Hinduism as a religion. Science needs to be the focus, The woo is real, at least to the people experiencing it. Sight, sound, and touch are natural checks for the brain. To these experiencers, unaware of the technology being leveraged, the experiences are real. The real question is, what can we learn from their experience? What was the intent of the seed or the brainwash? Was it to breed trust? Was it an experiment to test loyalty to the human system? Everything these people do has a purpose. Everything they do comes at the cost of work. Use that as a lens when you think about this. The cost of work the alien culture must bear. The first rule of thermodynamics is you cannot get something from nothing. So if their interaction is work-driven, what's the return? They need to have an agenda. What agenda could command this level of sacrifice? The accidental truth here is that there needs to be a motive, a reason to act. If Travis Walton was taken and he was brought back traumatized, that's data.
I stopped, went in this room. It was a very strange room. You could see the stars projected on the walls, or maybe you could see them through maybe some kind of a viewing screen or something. I don't know.
If Whitney Strieber is being guided to write books by NHI, then that's data.
I had a series, and have had on an ongoing basis, of a series of extremely unusual perceptions. I think it's fair to characterize them as such, because they are indistinguishable on the one hand from physical experiences. On the other hand, they are indistinguishable from dreams.
Both of these scenarios and all the other really crazy stories can be true if we understand that experiences happen inside a virtual space. If we assume all stories are true to the experiencer, then we can start to see a pattern emerging. In the 1940s, the CIA started collecting data from abductees during Project Sign. Eventually, they decided the data was not worth it. But why? Does it not make the most sense if through their data collection they discovered a huge swath of nonsense? Stories that did not make any sense, prophecies and predictions that never came true. All of it red herrings, designed to drown experiencers in nonsense. It effectively made the juice not worth the squeeze, so to say. The funding that was required to keep this operational was not returning valuable information. The CIA was not aware that they had been penetrated by these beings. They were being watched, so to say. Our new neighbors knew exactly what to seed to make sure the CIA would lose interest in abductees. After all, the agency was implemented to challenge these beings. It makes perfect sense that the alien agenda would make it a top priority to penetrate the CIA organization. They planted the seed that psionics was the root of the voices, the alien's ability to communicate inside a person's head. Our X-ray resolution in the 40s was not good enough to reasonably find these implants. Psionics was researched, MKUltra and other operations, not just in the US, but all over the world. An accidental truth that this belief was successfully seeded. We spent taxpayer money on psionics research. This was very real. The result of this operation was the CIA became an agent to drive the alien agenda. The CIA seeded stigma, making it taboo for anyone to have been abducted, shaming anyone who heard voices, while they secretly ran underground operations trying to find the solution to psionics. If anyone admitted they heard voices from aliens, they were sent to the crazy bin and victimized even more. The stigma was real, it was powerful, and it was effective. Travis Walton's co-workers were charged with murder. When he returned, the entire thing became a shining example of the power of stigma. How quickly the world forgot the evidence that just moments earlier was enough to charge innocent people with murder. Travis was shamed, called a crazy person, even though there was physical evidence to his abduction. So many years he suffered at the hands of stigma, suffered for an instance that carried the weight of a murder charge, was quickly washed away by the cleansing waters of the CIA-driven stigma. The aliens got away with absolutely brutalizing someone. Travis Walton's story is not one of happiness. It is one of fear and suffering. Trauma that has not healed 40 years later. The CIA allowed this to happen. They allowed themselves to be manipulated by the aliens, to drive the stigma that allowed them to operate with impunity, like they did with me and countless other victims. Finally, the stigma is ending. The doubt is washing away. The ridicule is turning to curiosity. The truth exists. The truth is out there. We just have to be brave and smart enough to see through the webs of deceit. Search out the accidental truths. Remember that motive is a driver for all life. And know that everything must make sense all at once. Once you see the truth, there is no denying it. It becomes glaringly obvious. It fits perfectly. Almost like it was engineered to be there. Thanks for watching. Keep your feet on the ground and stay safe. If you like this content, subscribe, like the channel, comment down below. I want to hear your questions, thoughts, ideas. Check out the channel for the abduction story, proof of the implant. I've got a standing call out for scientists and academics to research this and validate it externally. I want to drive the technology that I've learned forward. So any support or help in this regard goes a long, long way to bringing and realizing the information that I got from aliens to improve humanity for everyone.